Scorpio, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your birthday season. My cutie patootie looking all this so good. Dear Scorpio, today your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy is going to do your twin flame reading from October 25th to November 5th. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at the main energy between you and your twin flame, past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all the cards, get some final advice, and close out with some messages of love. Also, dear Scorpio, it is literally 10:10 a.m. right now on my timer. It's 10 o'clock, okay? 10:10 that I'm starting your reading. Might be very significant for many of you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scorpio. Happy birthday to you. That was a little off, but whatever. I love you so much. I'm just so excited when I get really excited and jittery when I'm actually doing Scorpio's readings. So, you know how much I love you, Scorpio. I'm a North Node Scorpio. I'm a Leo, but my North Node is in Scorpio. I think Scorpios are like the fire sign, like the Leo of the water signs. You know what I'm saying? Very freaky, very like hot, very like secretive, mysterious. That's why I love you guys. Okay, I gotta hold my excitement back a little bit later. But Scorpio, twin flame journey, it's not the easiest. It's a very intense connection. It is someone that you feel a very intense connection with. So this is different than the other like general readings, okay? Because this is specifically for people who know that they are on a twin flame journey. This requires an immense amount of healing journey that people go through. If you feel like that your life has turned upside down and you're constantly thinking about this twin of yours and they're constantly on your mind and it's been very intense with them, a lot of push and pull on and off, then this reading is for you, okay? Get into your reading and see what's going on. So Scorpio, the energy and the challenge between you and your twin flame is the sun. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Cups, okay? So Scorpio, your twin flame could be a Leo, okay? Or you could have some Leo placements in your birth chart, but this is obviously talking about, the sun being as the energy is like there is hope, okay? There is hope. There is this light at the end of the tunnel, and I feel like also with the sun, something here is being illuminated for you and your twin flame. I think you might be gaining more insights about why is this person in my life. If you're still looking for answers, if you're still looking to know why is this person in your life, why did you have to go through this healing journey, and why you guys are in separation, then this reading is for you. We're going to clarify this in a minute and get some more information. In the recent past, dear Scorpiana, you have the Temperance, the Emperor, and the Devil. Okay, so some of you are dealing with the Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius. I feel like that in the recent past, there was definitely, this person came into your life like out of the blue. Okay, you knew that this was your person here. For many of you, I feel like that there was a very strong physical attraction also between the two of you with the Devil. The Devil here can mean many things, but I think that, you felt this instant chemistry with your person, instant physical attraction, and then it got deeper and deeper, and it's like your soul recognized this soul, right? And that's why the twin flame journey here is about. It means that you are like you're like in a different body, but it's like there is a lot of mirroring going on, even though you grew up in different cultures or backgrounds or whatever, but there is a recognition that takes place between the two souls, and that's something that you realized in the past. I do feel like here that you were dealing with someone who did seem to have a very strong personality, okay? We're gonna talk about this shortly. In the present moment, you have the Death, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles. So obviously, this is you. Birthday. Happy birthday, dear Scorpio. Okay, so the Death card. You are showing up as someone that's undergoing through a major transformation and a metamorphosis. Could be dealing with an Aquarius also. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like that a lot of you are shedding off your old skin. You're healing parts of yourself. This journey has been very tough, tumultuous, challenging, and difficult for many of you. I do strongly feel like here that with the Knight of Pentacles, there is this pause and reflect right now in the present moment. Okay, a lot of you are not rushing to make any hasty decisions in the present moment. You know, with the star, there is a lot of healing happening and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, obviously. When it comes to your twin flame, I do strongly feel like here that your twin flame is also undergoing through some sort of a metamorphosis. There is a lot of major shifts and changes happening in their life, which I'm going to clarify shortly. In the near future, you have the Ace of Swords, the Strength, and the King of Swords. Again, very strong Leo energy here. It doesn't have to be, but you know, this is also an indication of that your twin can have any of those placements. So in the near future, there is going to be some sort of truth that's going to be revealed with the Ace of Swords. And this is going to really this is going to strengthen your communication. Something here is going to be revealed to you, okay, between you and your twin flame. King of Swords here is being analytical. It's all about, you know, talking to each other. This connection is very deep. Okay, so I feel like that it's like you're a Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? You cannot be put into the corner. If you want to say something, you're going to say it. And I think you're going to have this opportunity. You are going to be, especially in your birthday season, when the sun is in your, right? The sun is in your sign, Scorpio. It's like you're in the center. You're in the center of the galaxy, of the universe, of attention. And it's like, you know, everything is going to work out way better for you and it's going to be accelerated. I do want to mention one thing because within this time frame that I'm doing this reading, we are entering into the Mercury retrograde in your season. Okay, this is the pre-shadow period of the Mercury retrograde and we're going to be going into it. I think it's November 8th, November 9th, right, for the next 3 weeks. So we're going to brace ourselves, you know, it's challenging, right? And I feel like that for a lot of you, there is a lot of emotions and feelings that might be coming up from the past as well. At the bottom of the deck, what you don't see is the 10 of Cups. This is about family, marriage, commitment here. So, you know, I do see here you and your twin flame having this opportunity to build something together, which can lead to a profound connection. Let's get into your reading and profound connection and family establishment and clarify everything for you. So I'm going to clarify the sun for you, dear Scorpio. The sun, Scorpiana. You seem to be very optimistic that it's going to work out. Yeah, that's you right there. Okay, so Queen of Cups, Scorpio energy. I must mention this. It's very important when you show up as someone that, like, this is very much in correlation to your energy. The Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Judgment. I'm getting damn chills right now. This is all Scorpio, your energy and your twin flames energy. Do you see the similarities right there? The Judgment is the card of a Scorpio in tarot, along with the Tower that everyone is so scared of, okay, and the Death card. And you have the King of Cups, which is you. Queen of Cups, that's like, this is literally, I'm getting chills right now, talking about your twin flame connection, not a gender specific, but your twin flame is someone that you have a very strong connection with. And could be, you know, it's like water sign, right? Doesn't have to be, but I'm saying like the similarities are literally here. And then at the bottom of the deck, what is coming at the bottom of the deck? You know what I'm saying? With the star and then the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups and the star together, like I said, you have the star in the middle of your reading too. There is hope and there is determination and anticipation. Something positive is going to work out between the two of you. We're going to talk about this shortly. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I feel like that for a lot of you, the challenge here, you know, that there is a realization of this deep emotional connection. You know, I feel like that, you know, you might have been kind of pushed into the corner in the past, or when I say that, I mean because you were going through a metamorphosis and a death and a rebirth process, like a phoenix. I think that a lot of you kind of felt like you were in the corner, or the circumstances and the separation pushed you into the corner. You might have been in a hermit mode, but nobody push Scorpio into the curb, you know what I'm saying, or into the corner. And I feel like that this love and this connection is very deep because there is a lot of emotions right here with the cups. You know, you feel in your gut, you feel in your bones, you feel very deeply within yourself about this connection. Now, let's talk about the recent past here and see what happened real quick, and then I'm going to focus on what's coming up for you. This is a very important fact because I'm going to reveal some things here for you. And I think you want to resurrect this love. You want to resurrect. There is a resurrection here. As you can see with the Judgment, these people are rising out of the coffins, right? and from the cemetery. It's like this love is being resurrected again. So in the recent past, the Temperance is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Sun again. Strong Leo energy here again. A lot of you, when you embarked onto this journey, I feel like that this twin flame journey felt extremely exciting in the beginning. Okay, very exciting, very thrilling, promising, but all of a sudden it came down to an end. It came to an end with the Tower here. Scorpio, the Tower here is, again, I was literally talking about this in a minute ago. So for a lot of you, this connection here came to an end. Maybe unexpectedly, you were not really seeing this coming down and ending, but there is definitely a strong energy here between you and your twin flame in the past of wanting to build something together, cooperate, maybe move in, maybe settle down. You were in the middle of doing that and all of a sudden something came to an end. With the Three of Pentacles here, I don't like to necessarily talk about this, but there could have been, some sort of an external third-party situation that might have affected this connection as well. Let's talk about the Emperor in the recent past. What is the Emperor about? Okay, so the Emperor, I think it was more about your person. It is the card of Aries, clarified by the Three of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Three of Wands. For many of you, I feel like you were waiting for a reconciliation in the past, or you knew that it was going to happen. And at some point, you and your twin flame came back together again. And that's usually what the dynamic of a twin flame journey is, dear Scorpio. It is like chaser and runner, right? So you chase and then they run and then they chase you and then you run. Like there is this cat and mouse game that happens. It's not about putting the blame on anyone. And I'm going to be honest with you, nobody gets a free pass in my readings and I don't take sides. I'm just very genuine and honest and straightforward. For a lot of you with this person in the past, I feel like you felt the spiritual intensity and the connection between you and them. Anytime both of you would be in separation, right, with the Three of Wands, you couldn't wait to get reunited with your person back again. Couldn't wait to really be back together again as well. Let's clarify the Devil here, which is very intriguing for me. The Devil here is an indication of strong physical connection between you and your person, strong attraction. Might have been also maybe you were dealing with someone, maybe also you as well, that someone is your twin flame basically. Substance abuse or some sort of a, toxic behavior or unhealthy habits that might have affected this connection in the past. Okay, so let's talk about the Devil here, because the Devil talks about addictions and things like that. So the Devil is clarified by the Three of Swords. Yeah, obviously something here happened that created a heartbreak and a breakup and a separation between you and this person. Three of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. My cards absolutely do not lie, and this is something that we cannot make it up. I want you to take a look at this combination here, dear Scorpio, because you're very smart and you can see what even it means, right? Even if I were not to say anything, I'd like you to take a second. Argument, conflict, disagreements, right? Misunderstanding here with the Devil here. I mean, the Devil is here. Something was unhealthy. And I see here your twin flame walking away and disconnecting from you. Might have also, for some of you, you wanted to take a step back and you wanted to disconnect because, as you can see, the Eight of Cups is someone that's showing this they're walking away. So the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands, obviously argument, there might have been some other people involved into this picture, into this situation. Family members might have been involved, friends, but it's a twin flame journey. It's very intense, and it's just the journey that you and your twin are meant to go through and understand together. However, there were a lot of external influences into this connection, okay? So let's talk about the present moment here for you, dear Scorpio, the Death, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify the Death, which is about your rebirth. You're starting to really free yourself from certain things and from certain beliefs. And I think many of you have been going through this major phoenix journey, rising out of the ashes. You might even have a phoenix tattoo. I meant to say that earlier. You might be really feeling this rebirth of yours that's coming up right around your birthday season. The Death card is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Lovers. Yeah, you're basically recalibrating your energy with your twin flame. Even though you both might be in separation, Scorpio, you seem to be creating stability for yourself, and you're creating balance here. You have the Justice here, which is, is holding the scales, and then there is the Lovers here, right? So You're coming to a point, dear Scorpio, when you're realizing that you're not tied up to just this person. I mean, yes, they're your twin, but I always say respectfully, you have your free will. You can choose to do whatever you want. You can walk away if you want to. You can learn your lesson and move on and respectfully disconnect. It doesn't mean that twin flames cannot be back together or work things out. I feel like that in the present moment, this death right here, which is the card of a Scorpiana, it is an indication of a rebirth that you are going through. And you are the sign, Scorpio, of rebirth. And you might have had multiple death processes in your life and rebirth, okay? So shedding off your old skin, dying and getting, metaphorically speaking, right? And then resurrected and having a rebirth. In the present moment, when it comes to love, when it comes to your twin flame right here, you're definitely creating energetically this sense of balance. So you're not chasing, you're not trying to force anything. You're simply aligning your energy. So let's talk about the star here for you, which is about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And I mean, the Four of Swords just came out, which is about healing, the card of a healing. I'll go with that. Five of Swords, Knight of Wands. You are in a conflict. I mean, there is a conflict here. There is still an existing conflict that kind of like lingers in this connection, in this separation here. If you are in a separation, something here is bothering you and your twin flame that needs to be really discussed and talked about when you guys meet. But I do see here passion. There is a lot of passion. You and this person could have had some like heated conversations and arguments. You see there is the flames coming out of this knight's arms and his helmet, right? So it's like, when you guys like bump heads, you really bump heads. And that's part of the journey of the twin flame, because it's like you're meeting yourself in another body and you may see parts of yourself that, can be triggering. And we all go through that respectfully. That's a journey that everyone goes through. There might be some issues in terms of like marriage and commitment with the Four of Wands, because the Four of Wands is the card of The Four of Wands is the energy and the card of marriage here and commitment. So there might be issues like that, but you're still trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Pause and reflect with the Knight of Pentacles energy. Definitely many of you are pausing and reflecting. So let's talk about the Knight of Pentacles and see what this is about. The Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Pause and reflect, because I feel like for some of you, you deep down do want to move towards a specific direction. Some of you may say, you know what, I think I might walk away. I've been put into the corner for a long time. I need to do something on my own. I've been tied down. So you're in the middle of like making a decision. Just as you can see with the Two of Pentacles, my beautiful Scorpios, it is about kind of juggling between two ideas and path and journeys. I see here two doors in front of you that you really want to see which one to enter to. One of them is with your twin flame, one of them is on your own. So respectfully, you may choose to disconnect. That's for some of you. But I do feel like here that in the present moment, this is a very significant, pivotal moment for you, right? Pausing and reflecting and not rushing into things. You want to know the truth with the Ace of Swords. I think you might be asking the universe to show the signs and give you the confirmations that you need to know how to navigate through this journey with your twin flame. It hasn't been an easy journey at all. But one of the things that I see here, why you might be wanting to, for example, either disconnect, whether temporarily or walk away for good, is because you want to explore some new territories with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands here is public recognition, victory, being into the public's eye, and really entering into a phase where you are doing the things that you want to do, because maybe this was a situation that's been holding you down. And I know, that I know, and I know that you know. We do not sugarcoat here. We don't sit here and feed delusions, right? I'm being honest. I'm being demure. I'm being a cutie patootie like you, keeping it all real. So there is a decision you're wanting to make. You're a Scorpio. You didn't go through all of this healing journey just for nothing. Yes, there is hope. Yes, there is a lot of feelings. There is a lot of desires here for you too. But you are wanting to align with your twin flame. You don't want to force anything with your twin flame. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Strength, and the King of Swords. All right, so let's talk about the Ace of Swords here for you, dear Scorpio, and see what is this conversation about. It's almost like a line of conversation opening up, or some sort of truth being revealed. Ace of Swords is clarified by the Temperance, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. again, it is about making a decision here, which direction to move forward to. I think that a lot of you, what you want is you want peace with your twin flame. You don't want no conflict. You don't want no arguments. You don't want no drama. A lot of you in the near future, I feel like, are going to address something here. If your twin flame has been either denying some things that they need to heal within themselves, or I feel like you're going to address that, whatever that might be. You're going to address something here. There could be even financial conversations happening surrounding money. I do see here you wanting to alchemize and transmute this situation, just like the temperance is doing, with like pouring from one cup to another, right? Seeing the two sides of the story, to see the side of your twin flame, which is kind of your side, and vice versa, and being able to really harmonize the situation and bring things into a peaceful conclusion without forcing anything, but again, wanting to create peace and align. Now, the Strength and the King of Swords, you see how she's looking toward, onto the Lion here. I feel like the Lion here might represent the big challenge that you and your twin flame are going to be facing, and it's about taming and taking over and taking control of this situation in a very respectful and demure way. Clarified by the Hanged Man, King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands, and the Star again at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like here, you and this person, you and your twin flame, are going to be able to see this situation from a completely different perspective. Definitely an important conversation that would take place. There is some sort of news that that's going to come towards your way, dear Scorpio, that you're going to discuss with your person, okay? The Hangman here is talking about seeing the situation from a different perspective, wanting to really eliminate what is this connection, what are the problems that needs to be addressed. I think, Scorpio, you're someone that you don't run away from problems. You just take your time to really disentangle, because you're a sign that you go very deep in your feelings and your emotions here. Just like the King of Cups here is floating on the ocean on a concrete rock. That's who you are, right? You're very compassionate. You feel very deeply. So for many of you, I feel like with this person, there is an important decision that needs to be finalized with your twin flame that you're going to be making with the King of Swords. You just don't want to be put into the corner. Yes, this connection is very deep. There is a resurrection process that may happen, but there is also, it's a vibe change. It's a change in the dynamic here in a way that you seem to be very detached. And that's something that may pull your twin more to you. But it's like, if you have you ever wanted something so bad, and then you just dropped the resistance and you said whatever, and then it came to you so fast? It's the law of attraction, right? Law of assumption, manifestation. And it comes to you and you're like, whatever. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's the feeling. And because you're going to feel so complete and whole within yourself, because you have done the healing journey within you, it's like, not that you don't need your twin flame, but you're not desperate for them. And that's what's going to bring them back to you. The King of Swords is clarified by the Hierophant, Taurus energy right here, the Six of Swords, and the Fool. Okay, so here is the thing, getting chills right now. The opportunity for you and your twin flame to have a brand new beginning is literally right there. To have a fresh start, to embark onto a new journey, to commit to one another. Marriage is also something that's on the horizon. Okay, so move forward. This is transition, being on a body of water on the boat. Okay, and you can see there is this water on this side is very turbulent, on the other side is very peaceful. So that indicates that, there's going to be peace being created between you and your twin flame. Some of you are going to choose to embark onto this brand new journey here, which is the first card here with the Fool in Tarot, Major Arcana. Embark onto a new journey and move towards a direction where there is a lot of happiness for both of you and commitment, right? Because I see movement happening here with the Chariot. Some of you may say, you know what, I'm also going to be moving towards the direction that I want to go to, leaving the past behind, moving forward. Maybe you want to relocate, maybe you want to get a vehicle, maybe you want to pack up and do some stuff. But I do see here big moves happening for you. And that's, the twin flame journey, one of the things about it that I really like, it's tough, but it really can push you to your highest timeline. Because there is a moment when it comes to you, Scorpio, and my North Node is in Scorpio, so it's going to resonate. When you say I've had enough, I just have had enough, I got to change something. You know what I mean? So let's get into your advice and see what is it that you need to know, dear Scorpio. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Again, the desire here, the decision is very clear. Nine of Pentacles is financial independence. It is doing your own thing right here, entering into a new chapter of your life where you are really enjoying your freedom. As you can see, there is butterflies in the background, right? And the Ten of Pentacles is the family, it's the union. So when you pull your energy back to you, when you get yourself out of the corner, when you go out there and you start seeing yourself as the prize and you're done with hermiting, you're going to see two doors, two opportunities in front of you. You're either going to choose to, be on your own and single and just pursue financial freedom and financial success, okay, and be on your own. Maybe that's for some time until your twin also gets to a certain level for them to be to you. Or you may just, hold their hand and walk into this journey together and help them heal as well. Not force anything, not try to fix anyone, but just help them heal and move towards that direction, right? So that's the opportunity that I see here coming in for you. And finally, Scorpio, I'm gonna pull one messages of love for you and your twin. And the message here is release. Very, very it resonates. It's very clear right now, okay, with your reading. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Radical acceptance and surrender, right? It's exactly what I was saying, and there is so many cards that could have come out from this deck, literally. So it is about surrendering to the universe, surrendering to your highest self, to the highest timeline of your life, what's best for you to work out, not forcing anything, but aligning. So dear Scorpio, happiest birthday to you. Thank you so much for being here from the bottom of my heart. I hope that this reading gave you something, and I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.